What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I got to this story right when I was finishing up another video, and make sure you subscribe to all my channels. I saw this randomly, right? It just popped up, and Tyrese got a cease and desist from his ex-wife, Samantha, because I guess she didn't like the fact that he's speaking on her publicly. The only thing I've really seen from Tyrese speaking about her is they just recently went to court. He was ordered to pay $10,000 a month in child support, and he was upset about this, and he subsequently went live, like an hour live stream. Now I'm going to let y'all listen to a portion of it. This is going to be a relatively long video. It won't be more than 20 minutes, but I want y'all to listen to the bulk of the start of the video, and it's going to detail the issues that Tyrese has, and he exposes the lies of Samantha. She talking about how he kicked her and their 1-year-old out of the house. He changed the locks. He changed the credit card. And he basically saying, listen, those are lies. I only made those changes after you had already packed up your stuff and left. Because remember, when Samantha was leaving Tyrese, he was in another state filming a movie. And he details some of those things that we did not know. Again, I'll leave a link for y'all to see the commentary from him. But I want y'all to understand, man, these women want to leave men, right? But they want to take those men's money, right? They're not leaving without that check. And that's one of the crazy things about these divorces, man. These women, like, she wasn't even with Tyrese that long, and she was ready to go. She had that baby and was ready to be out of there. It kind of makes you wonder, what was her motivation for being with Tyrese in the first place? The child was 1 year old, and you already were having these issues with a guy who, he said it himself, he's an entertainer. He does movies and music, so he's gonna be gone. And she knew this before she got with Tyrese. Tyrese wasn't just some civilian that was working a regular 9-to-5 job. Samantha got with a celebrity, right? And this was before the pandemic, so these guys were already busy traveling. Like, that's the lifestyle she knew she was going to be a part of. Maybe she thought that Tyrese would take her with him, with him wherever you go, which wasn't the case. But it just seemed that she was agitated. Some of these married women get very agitated. You're seeing it now with Tom Brady. He's with a woman. He's married to a woman that's very agitated. She wants to be single. I believe she wants to be in these streets. She wants the attention to be on her. She's tired of being a wife and a mother, even though she knew that was going to be her role with him. And I just think that Samantha wasn't with Tyrese for the right reasons. And this shows it. This shows how you get married to somebody, have a baby with them, and then ready to call it quits right after the child is barely 1 year old. It's because you were not with Tyrese for the right reason. And this is why she's sending cease and desist, because she's tired of Tyrese, I guess, defending himself. But this is why you dudes got to be careful of these women that you're marrying, because the narrative is that marriage is good. Like, you even have some of these males tell you how great marriage is, right? But they're probably with the woman they let run them. They're not a man with money and resources. They don't have anything to lose. So of course they're gonna be big proponents of marriages, because they probably benefit from having a marriage financially. But this is, again, why I say marriage is meaningless. These women will be married to a guy, and then less than a year later they want out. Why is that? It's because they're not with that guy for the right reasons. And now maybe Tyrese sees that she was not with him for the right reason. Doesn't make her a bad person. It just means that she should have known that he was a celebrity. He wasn't going to be home much. She's accusing him of cheating. She didn't want to be there. And Tyrese is speaking on it, and we're going to get into it. Let's get into this article here. May Showbiz. So the cease and desist letter arrives after the 43-year-old singer-actor called out his former spouse on social media for allegedly lying in court about him amid the nasty divorce. See, Tyrese is urged to stop talking about his ex-wife, Samantha Lee Gibson. The 43-year-old singer-actor has been served with cease and desist order after he dissed his former spouse on social media. During an Instagram live stream on Saturday, September 17th, the Roman Pierce depictor in the Fast and Furious franchise says, "I was just sent a cease and desist letter from my ex-wife's lawyer as he took a puff of a hookah pipe. Where do you get the balls? Do you know what it's like to go 2 straight years and have everybody that loves you, everybody who has your back, including your attorney, tell you don't say nothing, don't defend yourself, don't clear your name, don't speak on it, we're gonna present it in court." You know, that's a good thing if it's a case where you're suing somebody. If it's a case where it could be, you know, it's just different. This is a divorce, okay? And we have seen women go public about their marital problems all the time. And when men respond, the public have a visceral response to it. You know why? Because they don't want men to defend themselves. They want men to just take it. Because they want these heifers to control the narrative. And it's good that men are standing up for themselves, because if you don't stand up for yourself, you're just going to allow those women to control the narrative, and we can't have that in 2022. We can't have that. She claimed that I kicked her out of her house, kicked her out of the house with my 1-year-old baby, changed all the locks at the house, and cut off the credit cards. Tyrese added, the "I want to go there" crooner also talked about contemplating taking his life over losing his ex. "If my life was my wife and my family, and I don't have that anymore, what am I still here for?" he said. And that's sad, but that's the reality of a lot of these guys. When you are a man that is raised to love and respect women and to find a good woman to marry and have a family with, when you lose that and you see the truth that, you know, you've been lied to, that there's not a lot of good women out here. I don't say whatever y'all want, but I'm starting to see the behaviors and the gender warring and just the nonsense from the public in regards to a lot of these women. They don't present themselves as good women because they don't choose good men. And when they do have good men, they leave them. I'm not saying that Tyrese is this great guy. Don't get me wrong. I believe Tyrese has a bevy of issues, I believe, but they're minor issues. They're very minor issues. I think one of his issues that he loves these women a lot more than they may love him. And he really wants that family aspect of his life. And he feels like, you know, he's getting the short end of the stick. I just believe Samantha just didn't want to be married. A lot of these women, no matter how Christian they seem, no matter how put together they are, educated they are, a lot of them just don't want that. When you present them that, they're going to feel bored. They're going to feel like you're not allowing them to live their best life, because that's what they only care about. They only care about being able to do what they want to do.
I've been given a cease and desist letter telling me to shut up. I've paid about $350,000 in legal fees for an unexpected divorce. Let me say it again. Do you know what it's like to work your ass off and make money and have to give it all away to attorneys? $350,000 had to be given to my attorney when I had the most detailed prenuptial agreement in place that says, if I or you ever decide that this marriage were to end, my prenuptial agreement protects you, protects me, so that we have an understanding of who gets what, where we landing, and where it's at. And let me tell you something else. One of the terms of my prenup, and it's damn near the first paragraph. Here's a little legal language for you. If you have a contested divorce versus a non-contested divorce, what that means is no one has the legal right to talk about the realness or what they call the validity of the prenuptial agreement in all 4 terms. I mean, all 4 corners. We put our signature at the top of every page that says, you get this and I get that. And they said if you ever contest the divorce, that means if you ever want to argue about anything that's in the prenuptial agreement, you are 100% responsible for paying your legal fees because you want to argue. You want to hire an attorney and you want to argue about the validity of your prenuptial agreement. This is a legal, binding piece of paper that says that if I dislike you, if we argue, if we fight, we don't disagree, all that shit's, nobody wants to fight. But if you're gonna divorce and you go to court, everything about what you get and everything about what I get has already been solidified. That's why it's called a prenuptial agreement. It says in a paragraph, if you are contesting this divorce, if you want to argue about the paperwork that we signed in the prenup, you are 100% responsible for paying your own legal fees. That's what it says. Google it. Look it up all over the internet. Google it, Google it, Google it. This woman claims that I kicked her and my 1-year-old daughter. My baby got snatched out of her crib. She packed up 50 boxes, took my daughter. I was actually working on a movie in New Jersey, which is now called Rogue Hostage. I left New Jersey on a Friday. I left the movie set about 3 hours early, and they threatened to sue me for like $400,000 because I had more work to do on the movie set and I wasn't supposed to leave. But I was like, nah, she on the phone, she claiming I'm out of here, I'm done. But I was like, you know what? This could be a woman that's yelling and screaming and she's in her feelings, because sometimes we say things that we don't mean when we're mad. I was in New Jersey with a guy named Rod Gardner, who's married to a woman named Leticia Gardner. Samantha was at home with Leticia Gardner with the kids. Rod was in New Jersey with me, training me, and I had my brother Archie out there. Rod told me, you know, bro, I've been with my wife almost 12 years and I've never been away from her for more than 4 days. So I said, yo, Rod, I'm leaving Jersey, bro. Sam on the phone talking about she out. And why were we arguing? Why were we arguing? Why were we arguing? Why did we break up? Everybody wants to know, did you cheat on her? Did you lie? Did you physically abuse her? Did you verbally abuse her? Were you a toxic, dysfunctional person? No. The only woman I kissed in 5 years was Naomi Harris in the movie Black and Blue, and I kissed her on her forehead. So I just got a cease and desist letter. But here's my question to you, Samantha. Why didn't you cease and desist from all the lies that you put in legal documents? Over 15 lies were in court documents. When you lie under oath, you are lying under penalty of perjury. You can't expect people out here to be thinking of me in a positive light. Now, I can say and do some dumb shit and mess things up for my own life, or my own career. But if somebody's gonna lie on you and they're gonna create these negative, disparaging thoughts and they're gonna put them in court documents, you got people out here thinking that I would really throw my wife and my 1-year-old baby out to the streets, change all the locks, cut off the credit cards. So did I change the locks? Yes, I did. I changed the locks 4 days. 4 days after you moved out on your own. I cut off the credit card that was a joint credit card that I put about $25,000 on every month for us. You had your own money, and we had a joint credit card.
I wanted y'all to listen to that just so y'all get the gist of everything. But yeah, what I say still stands. I feel like she wanted out and she wanted to take his money with him, and he take his money with her, and he understands that. If you don't want to be with somebody, don't marry them. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.